Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Some crime novels give an inside look at an operation, whether it's a police operation or some other operation. And this can invite the reader in and make the reader feel as though the operation is going on. Let's take a look at a novel like that today and turn the spotlight on Hideo Yokoyama's 6-4. The crux of this novel is a case dubbed 6-4 from 14 years earlier. 7-year-old Amamiya Shoko was abducted and later found dead, even though her well-to-do parents had paid a large ransom. At the same time, Mikami Yoshibano was a police officer who was briefly involved in that case. The police never did find the kidnapper and didn't save the girl, and it's still a shameful blot on the police's history. Now, Mikami is a civilian who works with the police department's media relations department. He and his team are responsible for informing the media of ongoing investigations, and he's reluctant about it because he would rather be a police officer. Still, even though he wants to be a detective, he does his best at a very difficult job. The media often accuse the police of hiding things, including any blunders they may make. For their part, the police accuse the media of endangering investigations and people by not keeping certain details confidential. There are other issues too, but Mikami has worked hard to at least build a rapport with the media. Things start to fall apart when the police refuse to release the identity of a driver who accidentally hit a pedestrian and killed him. The media begin to revolt, claiming that the police won't deal fairly with them. As Mikami and his team try to cope with this matter, they get other news. The police commissioner is coming from Tokyo to announce a renewed effort to solve the Amamiya case. It will be Mikami and his team's task to organize the visit, publicize it, and make sure that it goes smoothly, no problems. Although Mikami played a small part in the earlier case, he's not thoroughly familiar with it. So he goes back to fill in the gaps. That's when he notices an anomaly, something that doesn't quite make sense to him. It stirs his detective instinct and he starts to ask questions. Those questions lead to some very high places as Mikami uncovers things that will have serious consequences for a lot of people. As he finds himself embroiled in police and media politics, Mikami also tries to find out what really happened in the Amamiya case. So, what are the elements in this novel? What keeps it together? First, I should start by saying that I won't be able to go into all of the elements because it's a very long novel. Readers who prefer short novels and novellas will want to know this. There's a big cast of characters, too. Yokoyama provides a list at the beginning of the novel, though, so readers can keep track of who's who. Police and police politics play a major role in the novel. As the story goes on, we learn how modern policing works in Japan, how the formal and informal communication networks work, and how the thin blue line works too. We also get a look at the relationship between the press and the police. It's never easy and it's sometimes quite contentious. There's also an important discussion of the relationship between national police and local police, at least how that works in Japan. Another important element in the novel is the set of ethical questions the novel raises. How much should the press and public know about a given case? What's the line between keeping victims and families safe and furthering investigations and covering up police blunders and corruption? There are other questions too. Through it all is the character of Mikami, from whose point of view the story is told, third person, past tense. He's trying to do the best he can under difficult circumstances. His job and the case pull him in several directions. So does the fact that his own daughter Ayumi has run away. That's very hard on both him and his wife Minako, and it's never far from his mind. He finds the answers through some old-fashioned detective work as well as his own memory and those of the people that he works with and are in his personal network. 6-4 is the story of a tragic crime, the police response to it, and the sometimes devastating impact it has years later. It shows how one crime and its response can have a ripple effect and features a former police officer who wants to lay the ghosts to rest. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kimber. Thanks for watching.